That what?
It was just a pillow.
The pillow?
It fell.
It fell? Sweet. That goes really good with our topic today. Because we don't actually know why that pillow fell. It was probably our retarded dog, Jack, who is a Russell.
Actually, no, it was me.
Are you so sure?
Yep, I put it up there and it must have been unbalanced.
Sure. It could be related to our topic today, because you never know.
Yeah, true.
However. So, this is our talk about, and I'm Patrick, and this is...
Abigail.
Yeah.
Abby for short.
Yeah. And this is number 01, as opposed to 00, which was the last time.
Yeah.
Now, I do realize that I had said that it was going to be like a week ago, but we did a trial episode afterwards, and it didn't work out so well. So I thought we would do another one again and see where it goes. So in line with that, I wanted to start with, I have this thing about believing, and it's kind of got me kind of going a little bit, is that there are people out there that say, well, I don't believe in anything. Right, sure you don't.
Yeah.
So they say, I believe that nothing exists. Well, hello, you just said you believe. So don't tell me that people don't believe in something. You should believe in yourself, or you can believe in God and Jesus like we do.
Or believe in urban legends or something like that, which is kind of our topic.
And that's going to be our topic today. But so, you know, some people have personal faith, or sometimes people believe in urban legends, which is our topic for today. And, you know, other people say they don't believe in anything, but quite honestly, they believe in something.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. So I just want to know, for all you non-believers out there and atheists, well, hey, if you say, well, you don't believe in God or something else, hello, you believe something. So, anyways, that was my first rant of the day.
Anything.
Yeah, no offense or anything. We still want you to listen in on this thing. We're not docking you or anything like that. And like,
it's just we're saying that you still believe in something.
Yeah, even if it is nothing. But yeah, that's fine.
Nothing is something.
Yeah, nothing is something, and we'll take that. And something is nothing too.
Yeah.
And so we'll go with that. So our first topic on today is something that I find rather interesting, and it's called urban legends. And it's something that, you know, in some ways you might believe in it.
Yeah.
And where, you know, I'll admit I'm a little skeptical, but there are lots of people out there like Abby here who is quite into it.
Yeah.
So first, maybe Abby, you could tell me, what is urban legends? Because I haven't got a clue.
Well, they're kind of these scary stories about towns and cities, and sometimes they happen to normal people, and sometimes happen in farming areas, like out in the outskirts of town.
Wait a minute, aren't they urban legends?
Yeah, but they sometimes like scarecrow-related stories, but they're not usually in the middle of nowhere. They usually happen in cities and towns.
Yeah,
Or they originate from
they
cities
have
and
to be where
towns.
people are, because it just so happens that an urban legend happens to deal with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and killing.
Sometimes.
Not all the time?
No.
Uh-oh, we have a dog that just showed up.
Hey, puppy.
That's Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so talk to me about urban legends. And Jack, you go away.
Well, there's a lot of them out there.
There is?
Yep. Like, there's a couple of famous ones and a couple of not so famous ones. But there's a lot of scary stories, urban legends, urban myths. It's kind of a negative name for urban legends, but...
So not like folklore or...
Well, folklore can sometimes count, but it has to kind of... Well... It depends on how old it is. Urban legends are kind of recent, but folklore is like hundreds of years old.
I'm the oldest one in this family. My wife sometimes thinks I'm an urban legend. But that's another story. So, well, okay, so tell me what one that is famous.
Slender Man.
Slender Man. Okay, yeah, but we'll get into that one in a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
but tell me about some other ones. Like you were talking the last time about this other one in particular.
You mean like the humans can look too one?
Yeah. What's that about again?
Well, pretty much this girl, she has a dog, and either she's living alone or her parents are out for the night, and she keeps on hearing this weird sound whenever she's in bed, like a dripping sound.
Okay, and you know the parents are always out at night, and there's always a dripping sound.
Yep.
Yeah. Go on.
And, well, her dog usually hides underneath her bed, and so she sticks her hand under there and feels her dog licking her hand. And so she feels safe, but she keeps on hearing the dripping sound. She gets really unnerved, and finally she gives up and investigates, which she should never do, because that's bad news.
Yeah.
And, well, she finds her dog, dead and hanging from the nozzle of the shower, with his throat slipped open, and the blood dripping from the dog's dead body was this dripping sound she heard.
Ew.
And on the mirror, written in the dog's blood, was the words, "Humans can lick too."
Okay, so what's the urban legend then?
Well, urban legends are kind of something that may have happened,
Oh.
which makes them even scarier.
Ugh. Yeah, but don't you like for instance, like have you ever seen those shows like they say Candyman? How many times?
5 times.
5 times. Into the mirror. And don't ever do that, by the way. And there's that one and
Bloody Mary. Which is saying
Bloody
her
Mary.
name 3 times.
Yeah. See, there's something about saying the villain's name a bunch of times. Aren't you kind of asking for it?
Yeah,
Anyways.
it's tempting fate.
Yeah, exactly. And so that one isn't like that?
Well, they're kind of urban legends, but they are sort of old. So, the Bloody Mary and Candyman, they're kind of more than 100 years old. Candyman, if you watch the movies, you kind of know he was a black slave, and he fell in love with the daughter of his owner, and, well, pretty much the owner killed him in a really horrific way, like by dumping honey on him, and a bunch of bees stung him to death.
Gotta hate it when that happens.
Ugh.
You gotta be careful.
You have really morbid senses of humor. And Bloody Mary, no one really knows what kind of person or thing she was based off of, but the most famous account she was based off of, like a person, was Elizabeth something. She believed that blood could keep her young forever, so she drank and bathed in blood. And since I'm not sure if this is true or not, but Mary could have been one of her names or something like that, so they started calling her Bloody Mary or Mary Blood or something like that. So that may have been part of where the urban legend came from.
Well, that's not a good thing. So now that's going to go on to, before we get to the last part that I wanted to get onto, I wanted to go through this one-step thing that I thought was really kind of my rant for today, more than just the believing thing, is the fact that these urban legends, okay, people make them into movies and stuff like that, and I gotta tell you, right now, when you hear something late at night in the dark, if you're going to get up, don't get up by yourself. Don't leave the lights off. That's the whole point.
There's a lot of scary movie rules you need to follow. 1, don't walk backwards. You're going to end up running into something and pitting yourself and leaving yourself mobile from the villain, or you're going to run into the villain himself.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, if you ever watched the first Aliens, and you see Sigourney Weaver walking around with a cat in a cage, peering around a corner don't do that. Because when you peer around the corner, it could be right there. So don't have your cat in your hand when you're being hunted down by an alien. And so when it comes to urban legends, it's the same thing. If you hear an eerie sound or you're in some other place, I kind of look at it this way. I always say go downstairs and grab a knife or something like that. But for me personally, now I know this might seem kind of weird, I say get a nutcracker. Those suckers are heavy. And you can clobber somebody with one of those things.
Or a baseball bat, especially a metal one.
Yeah, but everybody always has a baseball bat. Well, I guess they could use that. But the point is most of these criminal guys or people or something like that. So, more than likely, they have nards. And if you ever seen Monster Squad, the movie, they kicked the werewolf in the nards and they got away. So, my suggestion is, do that. It works. Most of them.
Unless, of course, they like it, like the Joker.
Yes, I know. Well, there's this other story we can get into before with another movie, I won't bother. But anyways, it's quite interesting. So the last thing that I wanted to get into this urban legend thing is this dude called Slender Man. And when she told me about it, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm really not into this kind of thing, but maybe you could tell us more about it.
Well, pretty much he's this really, really tall and thin dude he has really weird hands and he doesn't really have any fingers.
Kind of looks like my dog.
And he has tentacles sprouting out of his back. He can use his extra arms or something like that, kind of like an octopus.
Yeah.
He has more than 8 tentacles.
Ugh.
And he doesn't have any face. It's probably his most horrifying feature. Freaks a lot of people out. And he appears to be wearing a suit. And by appears to be, he either is or it's actually his skin.
But at least he's a well-dressed murderer.
Yeah. And well, he can either become taller or shorter, which is probably one of his abilities. He can teleport, and according to certain reports, he either kidnaps or kills children.
Yeah, but he can't become fat or anything like that because then he couldn't be called Slender Man.
Yeah.
That's true. But he's kind of limited in some ways.
He comes from he namely comes from Germany or somewhere in Europe. He was called Der Grobman, and it probably means something in their language. I mean, I kind of forget. I think it was called the Thin Man or something like that.
So if there's anybody out there who has a boss at work that happens to be wearing a suit and he's really tall and thin and he scares the hell out of you, that's probably Slender Man and it's not your boss. Oh.
Actually, if he has a face and he talks, even if he doesn't say nice things, then he's probably not Slender Man.
Oh, that's right. That's that too. He has no face.
Because Slender Man doesn't talk. He only speaks in sentences. Okay, and he can't hack into computers. Or
Yeah.
at least his proxies can.
He only faces the facts.
Yeah. It suits him well.
Oh, he can't face up to his problems. He plays cards. He always gets the same suit. I guess we shouldn't be tempting fate with Slender Man anyways. That's what the urban legends are about.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about saying his name too much, do we? Or anything like that? Yeah.
Not like Candlejack.
Yeah. See, that would be kind of bad. Like, you say Slender Man 3 times and there's me and Abby sitting there saying his name. That's dumb. As we just had that talk
if he was nearby, the camera would start distorting and getting all statically.
What was that?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Did you feel that?
Feel what?
Oh. Ugh. You were talking about Slender Man, and then you were talking about, what's that other one there?
Candlejack.
Anyways, well, we could talk about that, but I don't know. Oh, something just happened. Well, that was weird. She starts talking about shaking things and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, wah! But anyways, that's our show for today. We ran a little bit long. Usually I try to keep it a little bit lower than that, but, you can't have everything. So, yeah, we try to keep it a thin subject. But we end up slender. But anyways, that's it for this week, and hopefully we'll get up a new video next week. And next week we've got another interesting topic, and look forward to seeing you then. So goodbye.
Peace off.
Bye.